Good evening. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd. I wanted to start with my daily report. Today we did have one walk-in. It was for a Ninja, a 3-year-old. Because they did walk in, I charged them the normal $29.95 for the 2-lesson trial program. They are scheduled for their first lesson tomorrow. I did have one lesson 2 intro. Again, it was for a Ninja. It was a 3-year-old. He did a great job. He earned his first belt at the end of his second lesson, and the grandparents enrolled him on our 6-month Welcome to East West Karate program. They did pay $295 down, and there's a remaining $900 on their contract, which is $180 per month. So that is a plus. We did enroll one new student today. At the end of the night, I ran an attendance report. We had 45 students that trained today, and going through the attendance report, we did look at some areas of concern. I had one student that left the class early today because she had a stomach ache. I made sure to write a note saying that I thought I was very brave of her to come to class even though she wasn't feeling well, and I admired her attitude and effort, and that I hope she gets better. I hope she gets well. Hope she feels better very soon. I think that's just a great customer service, and we are following up on that end. So a good job note there. I did get your video today. A lot of great information. There is some feedback that I want to give you so that we are on the same page and we're able to address these concerns. Look, 150 students has been my goal. It's been my vision. I'm totally, looking at that as the model of this school. We've been juggling 125 to 135 students for the past 4 or 5 months. I think getting to that 150 student base has been the challenge, and still is the challenge. With the model of having 5 classes a day and 15 students per class, I have some challenges with that. One is my Little Dragons class. I don't have a beginner, intermediate, or advanced class. It's just 5 to 7 years of age. There are 6 classes a week. We have a couple of classes earlier in the afternoon and some later in the evening. We have an X pattern schedule to prevent the objection of somebody not being able to come at a certain time. Now, the challenge I do have is that a lot of people are coming to that class because I have some kids that have been in that class since we first started a year and a half ago, and then I have some students that just recently enrolled. So both of those classes are getting full. I sometimes have 25 kids on the mat at 6 o'clock in the evening. So that is a really busy time. But I definitely do not want to turn somebody away who wants to sign up their 6-year-old who fits our target clientele, who can afford our classes, who see the value in our program. That's the very last thing I want to do is say, look, this class is full and I cannot enroll your child now. With our goals needing to be met, I simply can't do that. So I need advice or your guidance on how to maintain that 5 classes per day with 15 students in each class, and not add more classes, and be able to have the same quality of instruction with only keeping 15 people in each class. Another challenge I have is with the basic, not basic, but the 8 to 12-year-olds. I do have 2 classes for them. I have a basic white, yellow, and orange belt class, and then I have an intermediate and advanced. Now, we are teaching the rotating curriculum, so what I'm having trouble with is that now I have brown belts, I have advanced students, I have intermediate students, and I have people that are moving up even to the next rotation, moving out of orange belt to the intermediate class again. So that class is becoming very full, and I'm having to split the class so that I teach the rotating curriculum. I have the intermediate rotation, and now I'm teaching the advanced rotation. So those classes are packed. How do I keep only 15 people in those classes, still sign people up, and then maintain that model? I just need advice and guidance on how to do that. So maybe we can brainstorm on how to make sure that 75 students train per day, and we have 150 students, 15 people coming to each class. That's some knowledge we're going to have to level on. We have changed our prices. We have increased our prices. I know that we can justify the increase of our prices because it is now all-inclusive. One of the things you said is we do not want to nickel and dime our students and charge them for testing and charging for the equipment. If we just have everything all included, we will get to our $180 to $200 student value per student if we do so this way, which makes sense. And I signed a student up today. They pay their down payment. They're going to pay the full price tuition payment monthly. So there are people out there that see a value in the program and can afford it, and those are the clients that we want. But I do have some challenges with the price because we are the most expensive martial arts school in town. There have been some challenges. Some people simply can't afford it. So if we are going to be picky with who's coming in, I think that we do have to have more marketing efforts. I don't know that just depending on referrals, walk-ins, and website is going to be enough if we are going to be picky on our clientele. Every other school in town is cheaper than we are. We are the most expensive school in town. Now, I would agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think there's a value in our program, and I'm not going to undersell our services. Our program is at least worth that much, and again, people are signing up at that rate, so it is doable. We just have to make it 10 each month, and we've got to make 80% on tuition. Now, one of the ways to fix that paid in full issue is to convert them to monthly payments to get them to sign up to leadership. When we first implemented leadership, we did it for a 1 day a week class on Friday. They would still come to class 2 times a week to their core class, and they would come to a 1 time a week specialized ICANN Zig Ziglar leadership lesson. Now, one of the challenges I was having with that is that if they could not make it to that Friday class, they would not upgrade. So those people that did pay in full, even if they seen a value in the program and they wanted to do it, if they couldn't make the class, they simply wouldn't come. So that's why we had the idea of doing a 15-minute class either before or after on a Monday and Tuesday, so that way if a student came Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, that everyone would have that opportunity to at least do one ICANN lesson per week. Since we did that and implemented that schedule, it worked, and it is working. I've upgraded 6 students so far this month to leadership. I have a family that is closing on a house that she's just sold, so they're looking at paying in full for leadership, so that's going to help us meet our financial goal this month. But ultimately, the reason we did this is so that somebody who saw a value in the ICANN lesson and wanted to make the commitment to Black Belt was able to do that. Now, with the change with the Black Belt Club being the commitment, and if they commit to 24 months, they're only paying $160 versus $180, and then only nominating those people that deserve to be on leadership, doing that route, it still works, it's still maintainable, we can still do that, but I think that we are a leadership school, and that was the way we pushed our leadership class, is that we wanted everybody to be on leadership team. So those are some of the challenges I have with the class model. So we can brainstorm, and you can give me some ideas on how to maintain those numbers. When it comes to doing marketing, I think that we do have to have more marketing efforts, because if we are going to be selective on the people that come in our door, and if we are going to have more objections on price, then I have to have more people in front of me to meet my goal. If it's a numbers game, if we're going on 50%, I don't know that 50% is really the realistic number. It should be, but again, if we are the most expensive school in town, I think that does leave an opportunity for objection, or at least people to challenge the price. So, 1, I've got to be on top of my game, and 2, we've got to make sure that we make that happen with 10 people. If just being in this location and doing VIPs in the plaza, is that going to be enough? I don't know that it is. There are people here during the day. I think that this is a great shopping center. There's the #1 Pediatric Associates. There's a kids store. There's a shoe store. There's the preschool at the end of the strip. There's a lot of children's businesses in this shopping center. But it's true that there is more traffic once the kids get out of school. I don't want to make excuses. I'm not saying that we can't do it during the day. It's just that I think that we would have better results if there was somebody doing it in the afternoon hours. I agree with you. I think that hiring a program director and starting them out at a salary and giving them a bonus incentive program makes the absolute most sense. We've never had that. I had PJ, who was a part-time instructor, but he was never the type of person that would step up and be that program director or be that type of instructor to where I could, I guess, take some of those lessons in the back. I never wanted to trust him just running the full program, and that wasn't the model. But anyways, I think having somebody who wants to be in that position makes the most sense, and that's the most intelligent way to use that back room. If we did have it as a traditional school and we used it for intros and customer service, private lessons, I think that would be absolutely ideal, and that does make the most sense. I agree with you. 150 students is perfect for the space. If we did have a program director back there doing that, I don't know that we would need to do the construction. If you wanted to have more space on the floor, we could. That is an option. But I like your idea of having a program director back there doing that. If we had 2 people paying full, if we did 20% of our 10, that would be that person's salary, and then any paid in fulls or upgrades, any tuition payments, that would leave room for bonus structure. So to me, I'm on the same page with you on that. That makes the most sense for the team. I've never had that, so if we have that, I think that would give us the tools that we need to make it over the 150 student mark. I agree there has been some distractions with the BJJ and the CrossFit. I don't know that any of those have added a value to our model. It was a good try, good effort, but ultimately I like the concept of making that an intro room or a customer service room, and having a program director back there working that room. That makes total sense. So let's talk about that, and let's get that going as soon as we can. Whatever I need to do to make that happen, I will. I'm glad that you're coming. I'm excited about seeing you. Perhaps we can meet in person more often and have a little bit more of an intimate relationship, and you can kind of maybe see more of the ins and outs of the school and see how things are running, and possibly be able to give a little bit more feedback. So I'm excited about that, and I welcome that. I look forward to that. But I'm working hard. The last thing I want to do is embarrass you. That doesn't make me feel good at all. So, we've been in the black. We're just not in the black enough. We had a good month in January, I think, because of a lot of these paid in full. So now we do have to convert these students to monthly tuitions, monthly payments, and that's going to be the goal. But with your model of having 5 classes with 15 students and having time in between to talk, we're going to have to fine-tune that, and you're going to have to give me some advice on how to manage that and make sure that stays the way that is without implementing other classes. So, good day. Everything is positive. My eye is on the goal, and again, I'm working hard, but I want to work smart and I want to be successful. So let's make it happen. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.